remembered the countdown this week. Hell yeah. Back on track, baby.
Moving up.
Well, chapter 5 is in the books, gentlemen. 1 episode left. Like we were talking about after our episode 1 and 2 review, you know, talking about how we got to cherish the moment. But I guess that really don't make shit now if we're getting a season 2. But
is that yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen it multiple sources, and apparently the sources are super close to
more confirmed than it is not confirmed.
Yeah. Like Disney itself hasn't come out and said it.
And then
they haven't not said it either.
What about an hour and a half finale? Confirmed, not confirmed?
I saw that not confirmed from Disney.
Okay, so that's just a Q&A then at the end of that one deal then for them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the final episode, and then the Q&A all together will be like an hour and a half.
Well, I hope those people at Q&A have a miserable time.
Me too.
Come there and do the Q&A. They
From
should
everything,
ask Alice to go there. This guy to go down there and do the Q&A.
Hell yeah.
From everything I saw, it's going to clock in at right about 45 to 48 minutes.
Damn.
Which I think is rushed. But
yeah, I thought we were supposed to have a 32-minute freaking battle. I'm so, like, what?
They're taking all the bits and pieces from episodes like 1 through 6. And it's going to total up to be about 32.
Here's what's going to happen. We're not going to see Vader at all this last episode.
Hell yeah.
And that's why we're getting a second season. It's all going to be Obi-Wan.
They're like, we gave you what you wanted, but not quite.
Yeah. Here you go, you peasants.
I mean,
leave it alone for a couple of years.
Keep your Disney.
Jin Watch is still on. We haven't seen Qui-Gon yet.
We're not going to. I've already let that ship sail.
I don't know. The way, well, I guess we'll get into the beginning and we can circle back to this point.
Yes. How, I guess, where do you guys even want to go? I know everybody was a little bit chipper. Actually, let me do a disclaimer for everyone that'll ever come back and watch this. I know show comes out early morning on Wednesday. Usually Remy is the first one to watch it. He's weird, gets up like at the ass crack of dawn, watches it. And usually
5 o'clock
tone. But usually we'll all watch it Wednesday. And then we do not talk to each other usually until Friday.
Right,
because we don't want to discuss stuff, and we usually want to save it for the show so we get everybody's like actual reactions. But usually Dallas has a really terrible poker face. If he is crabby Thursday and Friday,
he lets it be known.
The fucking episode was terrible. So with going off of what I was saying, that everybody was a little bit chipper this week and a little happier, I think everybody kind of liked the episode a little bit more. Am I wrong?
No, you're spot on.
That's the best one yet, for sure.
This week delivered in ways that previous weeks have not to me.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they had
hands down
somebody, I think it was Dallas this week.
Hands down, best episode of the season.
Yes.
It
so far.
Everything that I had expected out of the show, and it took us 5 weeks to get to it. Or 4 weeks, excuse me. There was 2 episodes on the first week.
Which might make the episode 6 that much sweeter, hopefully.
They're still following the Skywalker saga formula, like I kind of talked about last week.
Oh, 100%.
If they're going to do that again, that means Reva is going to turn. She's going to neglect the dark side next week, and then
she's going to become Luke, or not Luke, Vader from the sixth movie.
Right.
I kind of have different feelings on that.
Sleeper agent.
You know, she picks up the thing at the end. She knows where Luke is. I don't know if she's going to try and hold him hostage.
Dallas has been telling us that since week 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
it is true.
She's got to be. We'll get into it later, but that's just. I had different feelings that.
I'm just tired of seeing Obi-Wan fail. Like, I don't want to see him like fail to protect Luke again. It's like I don't want to see that version of him. I'm not a fan.
Honestly, I don't think anything's going to happen to like Luke or anything, because
Well, obviously, no. I just.
Well, yeah,
I
but
think
I don't.
she's going to have a change of heart, change of mind, and not proceed with whatever she's currently thinking.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's done with the fact of trying to obviously kill Kenobi, because she never really wanted to kill Kenobi. She just wanted Vader, and that didn't work out.
Know how she's surviving all these stabs. Like Qui-Gon, he gets stabbed once, he's dead. But she's got stabbed twice by a lightsaber, and she's good. 2 separate occasions.
Maybe she's not a human, and like the other Grand Inquisitor, and has 2 stomachs. Because clearly he didn't die.
It's a bit of a stretch, but I mean, I won't rule it out.
I don't know. I think it's weird as well.
What's your guys' favorite part of this episode? What part like really brought you the most joy?
The training montage or flashback.
Yes, I think we actually get to see a little bit of Hayden Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm not even mad they didn't DH him. Honestly, I found myself complaining about so many stuff in the other episodes. I was like, as soon as I saw that, like, you know what, that's good enough for me. He is who he is at this point. I don't think they should DH him.
I think they DH'd him a little bit.
I think there was a little
bit
some
of
YouTube
CGI
videos
there.
out there of like just amateurs that DH'd him. You could tell a huge difference.
Okay, fair enough. I thought the flashback was cool because clearly he was still a Padawan. He still had both hands. So it definitely took place, I think, right before episode 2, when he finally saw Padme again.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were training right before.
When you see him staring out into the distance to start, he's actually staring at Padme's like hotel, like where she's
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Because didn't he still have the braid in the beginning of episode 2?
Yeah, he still had his hand, still had the braid.
And he didn't become a Jedi Knight until the end of 2, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the way he called him Master still.
Somewhere between 2 and 3 is when he became a
full-fledged Knight. Okay. Because I picked up on that, and that was pretty much the only Easter egg I figured out myself.
I like how they played that throughout the whole episode, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not like a quick little 5-minute cut.
A lot of
it. I like how they tied it throughout the whole episode, and it kind of built up that tension, I guess you could say, and it set the tone for the history between Vader and Kenobi.
Yep,
absolutely.
Like, it's just the never-ending, and it makes me appreciate like A New Hope more, like seeing Vader and Kenobi like even farther on down the road, like just seeing like Kenobi basically being with Anakin from the time that he was a child all the way up until he's Vader. And then seeing a moment like that, something that we've never seen before, and how they played it, it added an element to the show that I really, really think it needed, and it was really, really well done.
Agreed. And you could tell that as Vader was having those flashbacks during the episode, you could tell that he's still stuck in his head that he is still the Padawan, so to speak, to Kenobi. Like he realizes his mistakes.
Well, who was the one having the flashbacks?
I think they were Vader.
I got the vibe that it was Vader.
Yeah.
But then Kenobi would kind of tie off of it, because they would play a scene or like apart from it, and then Kenobi would act like he knows his strategies or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
if you I don't know, maybe the force between the both of them type of thing, just from all their training sessions together and everything, where Kenobi knows how Anakin is, and then Anakin knows how Kenobi is. And Kenobi knew that at the end of that episode. I hate to talk about the end of the episode right now, but Kenobi knew it too. That's why he surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what he said. He goes, Vader's not here for anyone else. He only wants me. And then he said, Vader's knows I'm going to do everything to protect these people. Like, they know each other. And even that fight between Vader and Reva, whatever, you could tell there was that fight kind of paralleled the one that he had with Kenobi back then. If you watch the moves and everything, because I just rewatched it at like 9:00 to prepare for this. Because I watched it Wednesday morning and I was like, okay, I gotta catch back up. But yeah, that fight they choreographed it very well.
Oh, it made her look like a fool in that fight too.
It made her look like a bitch, and it was
just
awesome.
Force. Yeah.
My favorite part, it was kind of just a small little detail, but the way he just pulls the ship down and then just rage dismantles it, like
Star Killer,
awesome.
Dude,
that was all Star Killer.
I have wanted a scene like that ever since the Force Unleashed 2 Star Killer.
Yeah.
Still to this day. I mean, that's why I threw that post up on the Buckethead Babble IG page of Star Killer doing that. Still to this day, I watch that gameplay scene, I get goosebumps. Yeah. Then I'm sitting here at home watching the show, and then it shows Vader doing it, and I'm like, fuck, yes. Goddamn.
That's what I told Andy when we were watching.
They can cancel episode 6 for all I care right now. I got that part.
I go, you're gonna see peak Vader.
That's just it. Yeah. Like getting peak Vader, and then it's like, come on, Kenobi, we need peak Kenobi now. But
I think he's gonna go into a trance or something. He's gonna talk to Qui-Gon somehow, and then I think Dallas might be right. It's gonna go to season 2 before they battle again.
He's gonna go wake up Yoda from his 10-year nap.
Oh god, that'd be awesome.
I was hoping we'd get a little bit of Yoda.
Yeah, maybe in season 2. That's obviously a lot of foreshadowing there. But
is Frank Oz still alive?
The vibe I got was that he was, yeah.
No. Is Frank Oz still alive? The voice of Yoda from, or not? Well, Frank Oz did the puppeteering, but I think it was Tom Kane did the voice of Yoda from Rebels and Clone Wars and stuff. Is he still alive?
2 seconds.
Because that would be cool if they brought him back to be the voice.
Should have James Earl Jones do Yoda.
He's 91 years old. We just looked that up today. Dude is fucking ancient.
Sorry, I'm Googling something.
No, you're fine. I'm bringing questions.
Okay, what about complaints about the episode? Did it have a couple cringe moments? We have our usual 2 to 3.
Trying to think back, there was one when I was watching it, the part the second ship flying off.
Yeah, why didn't he just grab?
Where did it come from?
It was sitting behind the other one in the angle. You could kind of see it because I thought the same thing at first time, and then I watched it twice and I looked for it, and you could kind of see it sitting back behind it.
Yeah.
So he must have just been focusing on the ship in the air,
right?
And not even his rage was beyond control,
right?
Because he thought Kenobi was on the ship that was flying away. Got it. That makes a lot of sense now.
I felt like there was a cut. I hate scenes in TV shows where they make something that had already happened feel pointless. Like, why did we do that? And just little stuff, because I'm nitpicking at this point, because this episode was probably the best one to me. But there's a part where they they're trying to breach that door that they're all hiding behind, and they're shooting it and shit. And then she just walks up and cuts it open with their lightsaber 15 minutes later. It's like, if you knew you could do that, why don't you just do that to start? Why are we shooting it?
Because the Sith feed off fear. They want those people to be scared in there.
That's a good way of looking at it. I'm sure Disney doesn't look at it that way. You're just using your big brain there.
That's what the internet said. Was like, why didn't she just open it? And then everybody was just like, because the Sith feed off fear.
Yeah, that and her getting stabbed twice, and she can live through that. Those are the only 2 things that I'm like.
Yeah, I'm not even that nitpicky about Leia.
She got stabbed when she was a kid. You could tell that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
If you rewatch it, he's thrusting that lightsaber into her in the same way that he did in there.
What about Vader? Basically, how she had the Grand Inquisitor lightsaber, and it's sitting there spinning, and Vader basically stops it.
Yeah.
You see so much more with him and his true potential in this show than I guess any of the other movies. I guess maybe some of the other video games. I know at the end of Fallen Order you kind of see peak Vader a little bit too, but just seeing live action version of it, just the little things with the lightsaber and then his little game of cat and mouse with her basically. And
Or
then
he just breaks it apart and then tosses her the other half, and it's like almost like, here, try your best. It's
Right.
still not gonna work.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
thought that was
remember-
kind of badass.
You remember the first time we saw Vader at the end of Rogue One? Like, again, for the first time, you were like, oh my God, this is
Yep.
amazing. And that was nothing compared to what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're all gonna hate Rogue One again. No,
I still enjoy that movie.
I liked Rogue One. I even liked Solo.
I gave Solo a solid like 7.9 on the.
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8.
That's what we should do one night, maybe after Kenobi series is over, go through and rank some of the Star Wars shows and
Yeah, we could pull
give our
our
own.
our ranker up there. You can drag them into the elite tier, S tier, A tier,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd
and then
be
we
cool.
can rank Fortnite guns afterwards too, if you want.
I'm game, dog. I miss my fucking thermal scope.
Yeah.
I think we should at least cover the savior of this entire show, the guy that either wrote or co-wrote this episode, Andrew Stanton. Without him, this show has been a flop to me.
Well, is he writing the next episode too?
So I looked on Wikipedia, and there's like 4 different writers on the. So it's like it's probably a joint session for this last episode, but he is listed in there. I feel like he had the vision for what fans wanted. The whole all the flashbacks and perfectly going through the entire episode, giving us what we wanted in Vader, tying together some loose ends. Like, he capitalized, whether it was just timing that he got this 5th episode and it worked out to be that way, or it was his vision. It all worked out perfectly this episode.
Yeah, definitely.
He
How
is
many
famous
people-
for A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo,
Hell yeah.
WALL-E, and all of the Toy Story films.
And
I
all
don't
of those
know
are
how that
bangers.
relates to this, but those were all bangers.
Yeah, all bangers.
We are shaded a little bit because we're 90s kids.
Disney must have just been struggling with the writers that they had. They poked their head into the animation department and was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
which
they
one of
went
you
to
fuckers did a
Pixar.
Bug's Life?"
Yeah. Hey, where's the
You're
guy that
asking
did
here.
Finding Nemo at? I think he'd be perfect for Kenobi. Finding Leia.
Hey, to be fair, yeah, Finding Nemo, kind of the same story. Child gets lost, has to be found.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it makes total
Almost the
sense.
same thing.
I don't like how similar they are now that you point that out.
God damn it! Now Scully's turning into the Dallas. I don't like it.
I'm happy George Lucas is counting his money somewhere now.
Yeah,
He probably is too.
$400 million is what he sold Star Wars for. Jesus,
Seems like
it seems low, right?
I know it's a fuck ton of money, but like,
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, it's an IP that you can literally keep going forever.
Hey, if they want to make Star Wars shit till I'm dead, that's totally fine with me.
If you think about it, we're never gonna see how like the MCU ends. Like, we'll be dead before they conclude.
as long as they keep Morbin coming back.
If you guys want to know what my new favorite theory is, I read. It's a
Yeah.
wild one.
I'll
It's
put my
out there.
seatbelt on. I'll put my seatbelt on.
So there's a theory that Kenobi is actually the brother of Owen.
Like Uncle Owen?
Yes. That's his brother.
And he doesn't know it because he was taken as a
I
youngling.
don't know. I didn't get that far, but that was the theory, and it was pretty detailed. I didn't read all of it. It was just like, wow, that's crazy to try to wrap your head around if that was possible.
They took that from the what was that, episode 3, maybe 4, with the Badger guy, because he's talking to Leia and he's like, I
Right.
think I remember having a brother.
Yep,
That would be cool.
it would be interesting.
Everyone's related in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Luke and Leia forever, baby.
Love that shirt.
Kissing cousins. Hell yeah.
is anybody watching?
We've had one. It's up to 3. Then it'll go down to 0.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of people come back and watch the playback on it.
This guy I used to work with. I work at a cell phone store, just in case anybody needs to know that. It's part of the
Shout
story.
out,
Yeah.
Brazen.
I don't want to say what. He
Shout out T-Mobile.
No, not that, definitely not that. He had his own YouTube, and that dude he'd upload 2 videos a week, and every time he uploaded one, he'd play his videos on every demo phone we had in the entire store. Talk about hustling.
Hell yeah.
That's
You
genius.
start doing that in your store, Dallas.
I should, I guess, bro. Got about 40 phones out.
Dude, I was writing the YouTube channel name on the back of all those stickers last weekend. I'm gonna go to the parade here in a couple of weeks and just throw them everywhere.
You
Did
like
you really
Star Wars content?
Did you really sell your House of Secrets?
No.
Or move to Redding, California?
I have no. Oh, I did the raid in California. I got the raid invite from there.
I just like that Hunter was like, "Yeah, we moved."
Yeah, duh.
just straight up.
I'm like, I don't even have to egg her on to do stuff like that. She just does it on her own.
She's learned from you.
Unfortunately.
So, if we get a second season, you think they are going to branch out and give us more of what we want, or do you think they'll just kind of keep it basic like this season's been?
To be fair, I think if they go more, I think they're going to ruin it. That's just my opinion.
You think they'll try to do too
What's
much?
the sequel after this? Episode 4?
Yeah, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Like that's the second season, pretty much.
Yeah, because let's see, it's 10 years since 66, 8
We got
years.
8 years, yeah.
We have 8 years left. What
We
could
got 8
really...
years of storytelling. That's plenty of seasons.
Well, yeah, but if he's supposed to be a hermit on Tatooine that never leaves Tatooine, because Luke never leaves Tatooine, like, I don't know.
But that really wasn't. It was just implied that he did that. It really wasn't. There wasn't any facts to back that up.
It was the vibe.
That
he
is
was giving
true.
off.
Maybe. Did it seem like he was that Obi was falling for Tala a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I shed a tear when she died.
Yeah, that was.
When the droid came and laid on top of her,
Yeah,
I was just like, God damn it. I
Yeah,
hate
that
when
was
droids
tough.
died.
It's like dogs.
It is.
Like when a dog dies in a movie, you're like, oh, why the dog?
I'm just sitting there like, this droid has not said a single
yeah.
word. It hasn't made a single sound or nothing this whole show. I'm
That's like
God
when in Rogue One and K2SO.
Oh,
He was hilarious.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
like
was-
one of my. He
he's
made
smart
that
ass.
movie pretty much.
Alan Tudyk, man, he's the best.
It's high.
Nobody's
Very
better than the
high.
droid in Solo.
Lola, or not Lola. Lola is the stupid.
CD.
The one that
droids,
Gambino was
CD
banging.
Yeah. What was her name?
I don't know. That was just that was the only weird part of that movie to me.
Sexual tension between
A
man
robot.
and droid.
Yeah, that was
turned
super
into
Or
Millie
Billy D.
Falcon that
Williams
we all
watched
know
that.
and
And he
love.
was just sitting there thinking, like, what the fuck?
Like, it would almost be more acceptable if, like, Han and Chewie had a thing. Like, Chewie could be a female Wookiee. You don't know.
Oh man, wouldn't that be a mind fuck? All these years later, we find out that Chewie was a female. God,
At least they're both like some form of, I don't know,
Some sci-fi
sentient
Kenobi.
creatures.
Man,
we want the Force Ghost Qui-Gon, but
That's-
I don't
that's
think
the
that's
big
gonna
one.
happen.
Quinlan Voss would have been.
Yeah,
dope.
I was just gonna say that. Quinlan
I don't
Voss
think
would
we're
be
gonna
kinda
get
cool.
that.
I don't know, man. They are hinting a lot at Quinlan.
Maybe he's
They
got his
are.
own spin-off.
It
I'd
would
like
be
to
kind of
see-
cool if he was in season 2.
Would like Yoda to make an appearance too.
Yeah.
Yoda would be tight.
Damn well, he's sitting on Dagobah getting high off his ass.
Well, isn't he there because the Dagobah system, that moon, is like so many life forms there? That, like, that's how he's hiding from the Force. Also, he's the alpha predator there. He eats everything, as we've seen. Grogu's eating all sorts of reptiles.
I would
It's
have.
got to be a weak ass planet if he's the alpha male on that planet. But then again, he is one of the strongest Jedi, so
Yeah.
I digress. Never mind.
I'd like to see any bounty hunter, but I think that ship's already sailed. I think that they've already had their opportunity for that when Leia was first kidnapped. I mean, there's so many different bounty hunters they could have used.
Well, yeah, he even mentions it.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead, we got the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers wearing a bright orange shirt. That was cool, you know.
Hey, he died.
It
a
was
noble
kind of
death,
cool. Yeah. Seeing Flea, that was kind of cool.
I don't really know any characters that.
I mean,
though.
how-
you can get a Kanan Jarrus?
Yeah,
How-
like a teenager.
that would be cool.
Jarrus.
What about the dude from Fallen Order? Cal
Cal
Kestis?
Kestis, that'd be cool. They're hinting a lot at that.
Yeah.
too.
I've heard people suggest him.
Jar Jar Binks would have been, you know, sweet.
Jar Jar Jar.
What about?
Palpatine would have been awesome. But
Do you think it'd be possible to see a young Solo again somehow?
I mean, we could. It's in the same time frame that the Solo movie was set in.
Okay.
Just like a random montage of the Millennium Falcon flying over the planet that they're on or something.
Yeah, like that would be cool. Just like
Yeah.
a little Easter egg.
Plo Koon.
He's
Not get. Was it confirmed in Order 66 though?
Oh yeah, his ship exploded and crashed into a building.
You don't know that.
Yeah, well,
It got shot down. and
No one
exploded.
dies in Star Wars, Remy.
no. Sure.
I mean, Jabba the
crash my
Hutt
dream.
died.
Don't crash my dream. Stop it.
So what about Salacious Crumb? Do you want to see Salacious Crumb?
I'll take any quacking space monkey. I don't care.
We all
Doesn't
love
even have to be
Windu.
salacious.
We've all talked about Windu multiple times.
Yeah.
That would be sick as
I
hell.
almost went there, but I've mentioned that too many times. I didn't want to be the person that mentions it over and over again.
Hey, you were right about a lot of stuff on this show in our fucking preview episode.
Kind of. That's only because I played that game religiously.
Hey, it's cool that they actually pulled from that game though.
Yeah. That game was
What-
badass.
What did they pull from the games again?
Fortress
I never played the game.
Inquisitors, Mooner, which I guess that could have been from any of the legends or anything. I don't know if that's from any reading material, so don't come and
Okay.
drag me if it's made an
Jabim-
appearance before then. But,
Jabim's from the comics.
well, obviously Cal would be from the straight up
Yeah.
from the game. He is
Yeah.
created from the game, so if they are dabbling with that idea, I would like it, but
Now,
I'm not going to
is
support.
is his little Cal's little droid that follows him around? Is
Ewan.
that the same thing as what Toto was or whatever? The
It's
Cad
a
Bane,
little different, but
a little different.
yep. So they have like a BD droid in Boba,
Boba.
or I
Yeah.
think it was.
When they
and
were
everyone
putting the
was-
Naboo Starfighter
Yeah.
back together.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I
So
remember
that
those.
everyone was thinking that was BD1, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Close.
Yep.
Same droid.
Yep.
And yeah, then Mando's too far into the future for that. So
Yep.
that's after the original trilogy. Okay.
When does Mandalore get turned to glass? What timeline does that match up with?
Rebels. End of episode 3 before episode 4. Like the Siege of Mandalore. That
Mhm.
doesn't that happen right around then?
Mm.
So what
When
if that's the
the-
direction they're
the
going
night of a-
to?
The Night of 1,000 Tears. Or whatever. A million tears,
Yeah,
1,000
you're-
tears.
Yeah.
That was between episode 3 and 4, yeah. That would be cool if they were going that route, but I would have thought that would have already happened by now, 10 years after Order 66.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I think Siege of Mandalore happened, and as that was happening, I think Order 66 was in effect during Siege. So I would think the Night of 1,000 Tears would have happened. Probably within that same year, I would think.
Yeah, there would have been a power grab afterwards with everything
And then-
going on.
Yeah, and the Empire just came in and said, "Fuck it."
I would like to see more of that
Yeah.
in live action. I bet
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see a lot of
That
it
would be fucking dope.
in season 3 of Mando. We're definitely going to see that.
He's got to go back there. But
He's got to go there.
we'll save all that for our pre-Mando episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just getting off on a little tangent there, but I thought they might tie that into Kenobi season 2 somehow. But
I'm still trying to figure out why Disney released those episodes to watch that like the build up to Kenobi.
Just to see his heartbreak, I think. See why he's broken.
Why like introduce like maybe people that hadn't watched it before to watch episodes about Satine and Mandalore and like all that if we're not going to get any of that.
I
don't know. Just to see how broken of a man Kenobi is, maybe.
Where did you see to watch those episodes?
It was like Disney put it out on Disney Plus.
It was like a Facebook or a
it was
IG
straight
post
from Disney.
Yeah,
I think
Disney
I even
posted
have it
it.
saved still.
The only thing I can justify on Disney's behalf is that those episodes were very, very Kenobi filled. Like very minimal Anakin, but yes, lots of Duchess Satine, lots of Kenobi. Outside of that, I have no clue.
I got to say though, one of her death was probably one of the best deaths in Clone Wars.
Oh yeah,
like just the way Maul did it, that was fucking sick.
Old Kenobi and Maul. Hey, maybe Maul will show up. Even though Disney said he ain't coming, but
he is alive in this time frame. For that would work.
Well, actually, Deborah Chow had said that Maul was never a part of the plan for Kenobi at all. Could have been it's off the tracks, but
hopefully we don't have Deborah Chow in season 2. I say Bryce Dallas Howard or whatever her name is.
I would like her to have her own movie.
Who, Deborah or Bryce?
No, Bryce. I would like Favreau and Filoni to stick to the TV.
Agreed.
yeah,
But I know they got 900 other things going on too. They can't.
As long as they stick to the animated, I'm okay with that.
That's Filoni. Filoni's cup of tea right there.
He's the son George Lucas never had.
Pretty much.
Even though, for all I know, George Lucas has a son. I don't know his personal life.
I actually think he does, and I don't want to get into it, but we can talk about it after the show.
Fair enough.
Some controversy around him. I'll leave it at that. Just in case. Or wait, no, I'm thinking of Mark Hamill's son. Sorry, George Lucas. I didn't mean anything.
please don't shadow ban us.
But Caitlin Kennedy, fuck you.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen, whatever. I don't even know your name. You suck so bad.
Caitlin's your sister. It's not very nice. Her sister's an orthodontist. She takes care of a lot of people.
You pulled that out of your ass. I really hope that's true now.
Well, I don't know. He's
Only one way
working
to find
on
out.
a poker face. Right.
Behind me
Episode
on this
6.
wall.
What's behind you on the wall? I want to see.
Oh, it was just like this map out of her whole life, like her family and everything right here. You know, like one of those spider web things. You know?
Episode 6. What's everybody's expectations for?
To be let down. That's my expectation.
So we're not getting a Vader, you don't think?
I think we'll see some Vader, but I don't think we're going to see what we want. I think that they cut, when they say they cut stuff for season 2, they cut one of the long fight scenes. I bet that got pushed to season 2. If it's 40 some minutes, we don't have time for a long fight scene and him to figure out what Reva's doing back on Tatooine. Like that's just not enough time.
Do you think he left her alive on purpose?
Yes.
I think
The guy that was left alive to die wouldn't think about finishing off somebody if he really wanted him dead. Come on.
Yeah.
I think he did it as more of an example to the other Inquisitors.
I don't really think he has to prove anything to them, though. Because, I mean, he knew about Rebel the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
He called that from the get-go.
That's true.
but she was good at sniffing out Kenobi. So
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, I got to admit, she was ruthless.
I did not see the double agent part coming. I will admit, when Kenobi and Reva were talking on each side of the wall there,
I kind of felt early on that she was going to possibly turn heel, or baby in this aspect. She was already heel.
I mean, I guess, you know, when I was thinking about it after the show was over, like, it made sense because, you know, Anakin had stabbed her. She knew Anakin was Vader. So then it's like, why would you want to work for somebody that tried to kill you? Unless it was just a survival tactic, maybe. But like, the more I thought about it, it's like, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, I should have been able to see that one from the fucking get-go. But we also didn't know. We didn't know that she was one of the kids that was one of the.
It's true. It wasn't confirmed, but I called that shit from the beginning. I was like, she's that Padawan.
Right.
I like how Vader was always one step ahead of her, even though she thought she was the one manipulating people and doing the sneaky stuff. Vader was always one step ahead of her. And we know that.
Dude's a genius.
Well, we know that because he hid the fact that the Grand Inquisitor was still alive. He made her Grand Inquisitor. He did all these things. Like, he knew what he was doing this whole time.
Right. It's true. He did make her believe that he was dead.
All there.
Do you think the other Inquisitors knew he was dead? Or believed that he was dead?
I don't think so. You think so?
Yes, I think they were all in on it. I think that was the only way that they were going to keep the emotions and the outcomes raw, was like to make everyone think the Grand Inquisitor was dead.
Okay. Only reason I say no is because just of how
pissed off Fifth Brother was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess pissed off would be a good word. Just emotional how he gets as far as like always competing to be Vader's right hand person.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess if he knew, he could easily play along.
No, I don't think he knew. I think it was a secret, is what I'm saying. I think it was a secret to everyone. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
so only Vader knew the Inquisitor was still alive.
We're thinking the same thing. That's why, because the way he reacts too, and the way he wants that promotion basically the same as her, that's what makes me think that he didn't know.
Okay, yeah, we're on the same page.
I agree. I don't think anybody knew.
Oh, Anakin.
As far as
it would be,
go ahead. No, I was gonna move on, but you go.
Well, the only thing I would like to see, maybe next episode. I know the de-age doesn't work great, but it'd be kind of cool to see Tarkin again. Not that he was great in Rogue One, but I don't know, just like a little nod
that'd be cool.
To him would be cool, I think.
You're the only person I know that wants that.
I thought Tarkin was kind of a badass.
I'm just kidding.
The heart wants what it wants.
Can't really think of anything I'd like to see other than like a knockdown, drag out battle between Vader and Kenobi, but looks like that could be getting pushed to season 2.
If they do a season 2, do you want like 6 to 8 months to pass by so like Kenobi can regain some of his form, or do you want
there better be a fucking time skip between season 1 and 2?
Yeah,
or I'm gonna be a little upset.
It
actually depends on how long it's gonna be between season 1 and season 2, like as well for us as viewers. Like if I gotta wait 2 years for this shit to come out, I'm gonna be upset.
I feel like they're going to leave us with something. They, on all their TV shows they do, when they end a season or they end like a cliffhanger, we get left with a new ship, or we get left with a new character that's going to we're not going to see until the next season. Like, I'm basically thinking of Mandalorian, Mando, like basically he gets a new ship at the end of this last season. So we're going to see that. That's something new. There's new characters that are going to be involved in the next season. So maybe like they show Quinlan Voss like right at the end, and he'll be a pivotal part of season 2.
Okay. Or
cool.
Maybe like it'll go to the end, and it'll be Kenobi meditating, trying to get a hold of Qui-Gon, and you just hear him say whatever, Padawan,
They're
blah blah
They're
blah
just
blah.
gonna leave us with just his voice. They're not actually gonna show him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they
Yeah.
won't show him. You'll
They're gonna
just
troll
hear
us.
his
Like it'll be the
fucking
dark
voice.
cave, Qui-Gon's voice, credits.
Qui-Gon needs to say hello there. That's all he needs to say. Use Kenobi's line on him.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I have a question. When does Bail Organa die?
Doesn't he?
Probably
get,
when Alderaan blows up.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. Yeah,
Was he alive then?
The beginning of 5,
we
4.
don't know, but
Only reason I ask is because he's going to help out with Uncle Owen, right?
yeah,
Says he might with Luke.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if Reva is heading that way, is there a possibility that Reva could kill Bail?
I mean, it's possible.
No,
But
he was
I don't-
killed by the Death Star. I just looked it up.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
because I was
so-
gonna say in Rebels, Leia talks about going back to her father,
That's true. Because she's
or
she's
going
like
to meet up
what?
with her
Yeah,
father or something.
yeah.
She's like 16, give or take,
Yeah,
in Rebels,
Yeah, Bail Organa is in there.
yeah.
and he's in the.
Yeah,
he's in
he
the
is
cartoon.
actually in the show too, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
because he's there with Ahsoka, I think. Or Fulcrum.
Fucking Fulcrum. What okay, Dallas, I'm gonna ask you first. What would you rate the last episode?
Just that single episode.
Yep.
Give it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
that's awesome.
That
Yeah.
is
That's a huge fucking turn.
higher
Give
than
yourself a pat on the back there.
Well, seriously, like I'm not like people think I just want to be negative and hate on this show. I really.
Oh,
I mean,
Disney cut him off.
you guys know how hyped I was for this show. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
I,
for sure,
I
yeah.
wanted to succeed. Like this is our childhood, you know. Like I wanted to see something glorious come out of this, and I felt like I didn't get any of those feelings until this episode. The first episode wasn't bad. It was, I don't know. Second episode, there's always been cool parts, but nothing has made an entire episode until this one.
You know, the episode was good start to finish.
Yes. It just felt different from all the other ones, and I think that's why the writing came into play. I think giving someone else control over this episode gave it a completely different vibe.
And it's tough to see Kenobi the way he is right now, too. Just as beaten down shadow of himself.
Likable and lovable character. Like you want to see him be at the best, be smirky and happy and like kicking ass, you know.
Yeah.
Remy.
Yeah, I'm kind of with D here, like 8.99.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just round it up. I'm just gonna go 9.
Tyrell.
I
9.5.
Good one. I'll go 9.2. Just be different.
Yeah.
My favorite
average
episode
is
so far.
up, baby.
It was
Oh, hands down.
good start to finish.
Shout out Disney for doing a good one.
Did you
Doing
guys
one
see
right.
that snippet that Carrie Fisher, when she was a girl, she had a little bird named Lola.
Yeah, I sent that
Yeah.
in the chat.
Yeah, I guess I'm maybe just bringing it up just so anyone else that maybe watches didn't catch it. I thought that was a cool little throwback.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's true, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
if that's true, that's phenomenal work
Yeah.
on Disney's part.
They always do. Star Wars, like they've always kind of taken care of like
The legacy
Leia's
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from her floating out in space and then floating back in,
That was stupid.
Oof,
I
that was
watched that
bad.
the other night.
little asterisk by Princess Leia. But
Yeah.
outside of that, they've always done the princess pretty good.
I even liked her in this episode. Like, granted, all she really did was hang out in an event, but just
Probably
the
why
way
the
she,
episode was so good.
the way, I don't know, just like, because even Bail Organa on the first episode before she got stolen, or second episode, whatever, he was like, you're going to be good at this because you don't want to do this. You have a natural ability, blah, 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 blah. And then it kind of showed in this episode, like she was like, get me the ladder, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Just the way she was, it just came second nature to her about how good of a leader she will become.
Oh,
just showing it at an
I
early
like when
age.
she's like telling everyone to shut up.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I did find it kind of dumb that they just had like 10 lightsabers just sitting out for like anyone could just walk by and like pick one
Yeah.
up. I was like, maybe we should put those up somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a couple different YouTube pages that I watched of doing reviews on it. And a lot of them didn't even know who they belonged to, who they were. Like none of them are recognizable.
So when he was
Yeah.
kind of going through them, I was like, this fucker is going to ignite one and it's going to be purple. And then we know that Mace Windu was dead.
That'd have been sweet. Well, not sweet in the fact that
Yeah.
it rules out everything potentially for him.
Yeah.
I did think that was weird as well, but who knows? Maybe some of those people in the crowd were Jedi that just cut themselves off from the Force, and that was just them giving up that life, kind of like how he buried his sabers in the desert.
How many times has Anakin's saber been buried now? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Things just won't die.
You mean Rey's saber?
Yeah, Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, that's her saber.
Is that why you hate the sequel so much? Because she had Anakin's?
No, they just weren't good movies.
Okay.
I mean, when you
Okay,
have
we'll
people
save
like
that for
Mark
another
Hamill
time.
and like all the characters like openly speaking out about like how terrible it was in like interviews, like it's bad. Like, you think Mark Hamill was happy with the way they wrote Luke?
Yeah, bitter old man sucking on
Yes.
weird space cow milk.
Like in Legends, Luke is like this badass dude that has a badass wife and have these crazy badass kids, and yet in this he's just some beaten down old bum dude that
Old hermit.
that throws his lightsaber over his shoulder when she first walks up.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't know. Wasn't good.
We'll save this one for another time.
You know, let's find content that I like. Let's talk about episode 3.
Next week, we're going to do a special episode. It's just Dallas talking about the sequels.
Oh boy, I'm sure nobody will watch, but yes.
Oh, people would tune in for that shit.
If Vader would have seen Leia, do you think he would have known that that's his kid?
I keep thinking that, like, he didn't feel the presence of the Force in her, and like wonder.
I'm
what's
gonna
going
say
on with
no.
this child.
Because he didn't know it was his daughter when he commandeered Tyveen 4 or whatever the hell that name of that ship was, when he's yelling at her in her face. He doesn't know
I
that's his
just
daughter.
think
Maybe he does. Maybe he's
that Palpatine has mind fucked him and stuff like that so hard that he doesn't recognize anything like that anymore.
I'll go with that because in Revenge of the Sith or whatever, or Return of the Jedi, the 6th movie, when Luke like talks to Vader and he's like, Leia's your daughter and yada yada yada, you could tell like he had no fucking idea that was his daughter. He's like, holy shit, and I had her, like, what did I do? And he regretted it at the end, but yeah, I don't think he knows at all. I don't even think Reva, whatever, knows that Luke or Leia have anything to do with Anakin. I don't think
Well,
she's
I think she does
pieced.
with Luke now. I think she's going to piece that together real quick.
Yeah.
I think she thinks Luke is special in a different way. Like maybe Luke is Obi-Wan's kid, and Owen's watching him for Obi. Maybe I don't know, but I don't think she's pieced together that Leia is, because she didn't get the whole soundbite
Right.
of Bales. All she got was Owen, kids in
Tatooine.
danger, Tatooine. She didn't get, if he's learned about the children, then obviously, yeah, she would probably piece all of that together.
I think she knows that Luke is Anakin's, and the only reason I think that is because why else would she? Because this episode, no matter what, she's going to end up going to Tatooine this last episode. It's going to happen.
Well,
We're going to see it.
Yeah,
Why else would she go other than revenge or to use him? She's not doing it to get back to Obi-Wan. She doesn't care about Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's not her end game. Whether he lives or dies, I don't think she cares one way or the other. Now after getting stabbed twice, you can't think she's out for ultimate revenge. She's going to try everything to get to Vader, and that she thinks she can do that through Luke.
Maybe. And Bale did use the term Owen, and she probably remembers Owen's name because she was going to kill him right there in square because he stood up to her, basically.
That's what I was thinking, though. Like, I'd have to go back and watch episode 1 or 2. If Owen had ever said his name to her, or like if she knows that is Owen.
She knows that's his name.
Because she goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Owen." And then she goes, "Owen," in her terrible acting. But yeah, and she said, "If I ever come back here, I'll kill you and your family." Blah 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 blah. Like she told him that. So good point, Dallas.
Fucking cut you so bad, make you wish I didn't cut you so bad.
Overall great.
Tuesday, so I am gonna stay up till like 2 a.m. Tuesday night or whenever it comes out and watch it.
Then I'm either gonna wake up to a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or
I'm just gonna leave the Instagram chat if it's bad.
Oh god. Oh, god.
Well, you know me. It's gonna be about 6:30, and I'll put in the chat either this episode was good, not so
You're
good.
gonna like it no matter what. You've liked all.
That's all I do. I have enjoyed my ride.
It was pretty good. Usually that's what you say. You keep it neutral.
Yeah.
I really do.
It was all right.
I haven't thought any episode has been like just blatantly shit.
This week was the only week you didn't really keep it neutral.
Oh, not at all. I was like this. I was like straight up.
Yeah.
Dallas is gonna be okay this week.
He's gonna love this episode.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to know what happened so bad that I opened at work Wednesday morning. I had to be there at 7:30. I was literally, I was like opening the store, and I'm like watching, like skipping through it on my phone to see if there's anything I'd actually want to watch. I'm like, I was like, is there flashbacks? Is there anything? I was literally fast forwarding through it to try to watch. I had to know.
Nope. I got up early, special for this because I had to be at work at 7 last week instead of 8:30. So I got up even earlier to watch this shit.
You're nuts, man.
Dude, I do it for every Star Wars show. I've been doing it for Mandalorian, Book of Boba.
I did get up for season finale of Mando, season 2. I did watch that one.
Yeah,
So not for season 1 because I ruined it for you.
Shout out Tyrell.
Yeah. My bad.
Well, gentlemen, we got her under an hour again, so we'll be able to get it on Spotify for
Hell yeah.
Dallas's dad.
hot damn.
He's gonna have all sorts of listening material by the time we're done with this one.
Shout out to
Ozark.
Mr. Ozark.
Okay, before we go, Dallas, is the Ozark Howler, is that an actual thing?
Yeah, it's my dog. I have a bloodhound. She howls.
All right. Fair enough. Well, till next Friday night. Hopefully the vibe will be good here. Otherwise,
I hope not. People want to come back. They want to see me burn things down. Let's burn it all down.
Burn it.
It could well happen if there's going to be a season 2 and they're going to get a shitty ass cliffhanger. As long as the ending credit scene is cool, that'd be all right.
What's a wild take? Like a 0% chance of happening on this episode that you think is going to happen?
Let me think. I got to think of the timeline before I open my mouth.
Mace shows up. That's my take.
Okay, that's fine.
It's gonna happen.
I still think we're getting Qui-Gon, Jin, whatever.
Young
getting
Boba Fett.
Oh, Logan. It could be Logan probably now. Like the actual kid.
I would like
forget his last name.
Something with the Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
Daniel Logan. That's young Boba Fett.
Maybe Ahsoka will come in.
Okay.
Be the one to pull Kenobi out of his funk.
That would be so cool. Who would it be? Would it be Rosario?
It would have to be.
Yeah.
It's right along the timeline right there. I mean, they'd have to have her deals a little shorter, but because it's not quite as far along as it would be in Mando. But I mean,
Yeah, in Mando, there's probably let's see, it's 8 years. It's probably like 15 years difference between now and Mando, you think? That sound about right?
yeah, give or take.
15?
Probably less than that.
You think so?
I'm trying to think of when Rebels would be, because Rebels is like
Rebels is before 4, I believe.
right.
So yeah, probably about a 15-year. Maybe not. Probably about a 10-year difference.
That's my wild take. Ahsoka Tano.
Yep.
I think we're in like 9 BBY.
5 years after the Return of Jedi.
Okay. And so 8 plus 9, 8 plus 5, you said?
5.
Okay, so yeah, that's 13 years. Because I was thinking, I think the time frame we're in right now is 9, or not 9, 8 BBY, Battle Before Yavin. Because that happens, or BBY, yeah.
Big Booty Yoda.
No, Battle Before Yavin. And then after BAY, or ABY, after Battle of Yavin. That's how they do the time line. But so yeah, I'm just gonna say Mace Windu. I want to
Fair
see
enough.
that.
Should we start
Any
playing
of
some
us
bets
get
on
our
it?
hopes and dreams crushed or made?
Can't wait to see a disappointed Dallas next week.
No, it'll be
One
it'll
more.
all be good. Positive.
One more, gentlemen. That's all we get.
And then we'll have to
Enjoy
move on to something different.
That's okay.
Andor's coming out soon.
Yeah. I'd like to do this for Andor as well.
We will. Don't worry.
Dude, I hope Andor's dark as fuck.
It looks pretty gritty, dude. It looks like an actual war show.
Can see some clone troopers still.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that dude is set for life. Like, never has to do another show again.
Oh, Morrison.
Yeah.
Yep. Captain Rex is my never gonna happen, but it'd be cool to see.
I bet you he'll be in Ahsoka. I
Oh, he's
bet
definitely
you that's
in
going to happen. There's no way he's not going to be in Ahsoka.
Good.
Well, I mean, it'd have to be him. It could be Gregor, maybe. Gregor would be kind of cool to see, too. Or Wolf.
I was kind of hoping we get some Commander Cody type stuff in the show.
Maybe Obi-Wan hunts him down and kills him.
Miss, bitch.
Hello there.
He jumps down just like Grievous. Just,
Yeah.
hello there. That would be tight. All right.
Well,
We got
On that
a
note,
minute.
gentlemen. Till next Friday.
Yep.
Laters.
I appreciate everybody coming back watching this. We'll get it up on Spotify. Shout out to Dallas's dad. Love you. Keep supporting Spotify.
Bye,
Bye,
Mr. Ozark.
Like and subscribe, and then unsubscribe.
Yeah, what else am I missing? I had one more thing. Oh, happy Father's Day. Tell the fathers out there. Everybody call your dad tomorrow.
Zaddy's Day.
Or if you're raised by a single mom, shout out to all the single moms doing the dad work out there. All of it.
Shout out to Scully's mom.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Mama
They had
Dad.
a bunch of beautiful
Shout out
kids.
to Mom and Dad. Actually, she might watch this one. We'll see. All right, gentlemen and everybody.
Laters.
See you, boys.
Yeah.